Hi, and welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. Thanks for joining me in the Treehouse today. Today's project is this sympathy card, and a lot of the products in here are retiring, and so I just wanted to feature it. It's one of my very favorite sympathy cards. I know it's kind of weird to have a favorite sympathy card, but I do, and I just wanted to walk through it. I really wanted to show you how to color the Magnolia using Stampin' Up's watercolor pencils and blender pens. So as far as retiring products, the Magnolia is retiring, and it is the Magnolia, Good Morning Magnolia is the stamp set, and I'll just show you that real quickly. It's a set of two. The big Magnolia is a very large stamp. I like these sentiments. It's just really fancy. I like it. And being a Southern girl, I like Magnolias as well. And then the dies that go with that set are the Magnolia dies, and you can see how large the this particular die is, and I did use it here to cut that one out. And let me show you, since I have it out here, how large the Magnolia is. And so I've put it on the largest block, the F block, but you could also use your Stamparatus as well. And then we've got, I think it's Sahara Sand and Crumb Cake and the copper foil here. This sentiment is from another retiring set, which is the Woven Heirlooms set. Love the fonts in this, and the sentiment we're using is the prayers and heartfelt sympathy are with you and your family. This is just a beautiful set. So I highly recommend that you grab any of these before they're gone, and when they're gone, they're really gone. Let me bring this out one more time. These dies, a lot of the dies are on incredible sale. This particular set of dies is normally like $35, I believe, and they are on sale for only $8.75, but it is while supplies last, so you'll want to look at all of those dies. And this is a wonderful border. But anyway, so all of those are only $8.75, so highly recommend it. I know that some of these will be watching this video, who knows, maybe years in advance, and you'll be kind of sad that the Magnolia is gone, and just hopefully that you've gotten a chance to grab it. Another thing I want to show you is I might be able to do it this way better. No, maybe not. This is the Scripty 3D embossing folder, and it is also retiring. Looks like this. I really like it. It just adds a really neat touch to cards, just a subtle embossing, but it's great. Again, it is retiring. I think it may be like $1 off or something like that. So anyway, that's what it looks like. And I believe on this card, I might have, on some of them I have taken a dauber and actually gone over the words just a little bit, just to give it even more dimension. So the only thing that I know that's probably not retiring in here, other than the paper, is this die, the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Those are returning. However, there are a lot of shapes that are being retired. So check it out. You can go on to my website and see the large retiring list. But don't get your tissues out yet, because there are some wonderful products coming in the new catalog. But you will want to take advantage of these, because I am not giving up my Magnolia set. I absolutely love it. It will be with me for a very long time. So, but what I wanted to show you today is, and I'll show you the difference between these two right now. This one I made intentionally to be very soft, but this one I made just a little bit brighter, but I think it still would be very effective even for a sympathy card. And so I just wanted to show you how I colored this, and using the watercolor pencil. So let me set that one here, and let me bring in another one that I have started. Now, yes, I started this one using just the early Espresso ink, And again, a Stamparatus would be handy because I did mess it up once or twice. And let me show you how I colored it. And hopefully I'll be able to fast forward parts of this so that you won't be bored watching me color. The set that I'm using is the basic one, the watercolor pencil set. There is a smaller set as well, but I may use one pencil from that one. So, but the very first thing that I do is that I color each of the petals, not the petals, the leaves with the yellow. And let me just show you how I've done. This is the Daffodil Delight, and I'll do one leaf, and I'm just pretty much just lightly. It's not a complete science here. I don't think art is science. Okay, so I'm left off the edges sort of, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'll do this other one too. I'll do two, and then we'll end up speeding it up in just a minute. Okay, I'll stop with that, and then the next color that I'll go with would be the Old Olive. And let's see, yes, my Old Olive is well used, one of my favorite colors. All right, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to make it fairly dark right here near the vein line. Okay, on both of these. And then eventually we'll blend it, but you don't want to blend it yet until you're completely finished. And then I'm going to kind of almost outline it a little bit on the edges with, again, my Old Olive. Okay, and then this one as well. These are awesome pencils, and they're coming out with something new. I'm really looking forward to it. It's completely different. I don't know if I'm at liberty to tell you or not. I might be, but all right, just keep a lookout. Okay, now I've gone back again and made it just a little bit lighter, a little bit further out, but a little bit lighter. So same across above the vein. So hopefully you can see that. Might be able to zoom it in just a little bit so that you can see even better. See if that helps. Okay, so pretty much have it. Let me go on the edge and bring the edge in. So going edge and bringing it in. You want to keep the same direction going. So this edge and then this edge. Okay. And then I'm also going to make it a little bit darker right where the shadows would be around the petal. So the petals of the magnolia would be sort of casting a shadow on the leaf because it is above the leaf. So again, I'm going to kind of do that. And then I think what I did also was I added a completely different color, and I think I went through and added just a little bit of garden green. Now the garden green comes from the other set, the smaller watercolor set, which is the watercolor pencil assortment number 2. So they've got some great colors to kind of add to that as well. And I'm just going to go in and just add just a tiny bit. It's going to brighten it up a little bit. As you can see, that color is just a little bit brighter, and just adding just a touch of it here and there. Okay. All right, and then I'll set that one aside. All right, now I'm going to blend. Show you how I blend. Love the blender pens. I do realize that I need a little bit of a scrap piece of paper as well to wipe off the blender as we are changing colors. So I'll take it, and I start with the darkest, and I'm going to go out like that, sort of the way we put it on originally, and then I'm going to go around the edge and the dark spots. Okay, let me do this one. So staying with all of that. Okay, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull it in. It's just pretty much exactly what we've done already. Just repeating it, but this time with a blender pen. And it just, what is a blender pen? If you don't know, it's got like moisture in here, and it's just enough to kind of blend it and be more watercolory. Okay, I'm gonna wipe it off just a little bit because I don't want to make this part be too dark. Okay, good. There it is. So anyway, so now you've got leaves, and you see that they're kind of starting to pop out a little bit more. And we just started with the yellow and made our way up. All right, now we're going to move to some petals so that you can see the petals as well. And to start out with the petals, I think I used actually some Calypso coral, and that comes from the larger one. And I'm going to go through and kind of go through where, like in the centers of the petals, where the petals is what I'm going to do with this one. So we're going to kind of, again, we're going to do darker towards where it would be buried down. Another good hint is where the artist has made it darker, like right in here. You know that those are going to be darker as well. And then I'm going to kind of pull it out, and I'm going to get lighter as I go up. So darker here and lighter as I go up here. Okay, let me do this one the same, and then we'll stop with our petals for a minute. So very dark here, lighter this way. Okay, and then I think I will add a little bit of I think I could do Melon Mambo or Flirty Flamingo. Let's try Flirty Flamingo on this one. I think I did Melon Mambo on the other one. Okay, so again, this is a lighter and a brighter color. I'm gonna just do a little bit more like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna do something a little unusual, or I think it is. I'm going to use the Stampin' Right, or the Stampin' Up! Stampin' Chalk marker. There are Stampin' Right markers, but this is a Stampin' Chalk marker. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do for the tips. And I'm just going to pull down pretty much on this one. There's not going to be blending. You're just going to pull it down. You don't want to cover up any of the dark spots. And I'm just going to kind of make some lines pulling down like that. Not really necessarily overlapping or anything. And then just for me in my little world, I decided to make that one sort of solid and then pull out. And you can make it whatever way you want, however you see your magnolia blossom. All right, so that's that. And now let's go back and we're going to blend. Now we're not going to blend the chalk. We're just going to blend our pinks and just kind of start from the bottom and pull up. And this depends on how bright you want it to be, your particular magnolia, bright or soft. Or I'm going to wipe again and just wipe, especially if you're changing colors, that's when you need to wipe. I'm going to pull down just a little bit in that empty space. Okay, so that's pretty good. That looks a lot like the original, or my last one that I was working on. And I am going to probably, should I fast forward it? I guess I could fast forward it. So you showed up and stayed the whole time to watch me fast forward color. Wow, that's amazing. I think this one ended up being still a little bit darker. So I just applied more pressure in spots, but this one is probably softer than the original, or a little darker than the original, but we should probably be kind of going up in in darkness. Let me see if I can zoom back out just a second and so you can see the differences. So we've got the darkest, a medium, and the lightest. So it just depends on how you're coloring. So that's it. I also, on this one, I ended up doing some balmy blue just around all of the edges. But because it is set on top of the same exact color paper, I don't think that you would have to do that. I was just kind of experimenting. And that is it. So you got to watch me fast forward color, and hopefully I figured out how to make that happen. And I appreciate so much you sticking around and watching me color. It's one of my very, very favorite things to do, all-time favorites. So, and they have so many good, wonderful tools to do that with, and I don't believe I've done too much on the watercoloring on the YouTube videos. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.